thoughts on having to step in these circumstances?
I texted Elle a couple of nights ago when Todd rang me and told me what had happened. So I just reached out to him. He replied. It was short and sharp, but just making sure that he was okay. And at the end of the day, I haven't done anything else. I just want him to be healthy and get on the mend. And his well-being is at the forefront of every, I reckon, North Melbourne player, staff, and the club. So we just wish him well and get him back to the healthy Elle.
Todd said yesterday when he made the call to you to ask if you're willing to do this job that he was prepared for the answer to be no. Can you just talk through what went through your mind when you were asked the question?
I think when you start to be involved in football clubs, you get a connection and a sense of belonging to be part of something. And knowing Elle for a long time and the club needed somebody to step in, I thought, yep, I'll do it. I know it's only for a short time, but I sort of spoke to my wife, but I was prepared to come in and, it's about the North Melbourne Footy Club. It really, first it's more about Elle to get healthy, but then it's about the football club moving on and, improving every day, and that's the players as well. So we have a responsibility there, and I was happy to put my hand up.
If it was to be long term, would you stick at it? Would you stay with it?
Oh, that's no. Elle's going to be right, and he's going to get healthy and get back. He just needs the time away. So, we'll just let him do that. I'm just warming the seat, and he'll be back.
How do you feel about this whole situation? Obviously, you're really close with Val. He was there for you when you were going through some struggles in your life. How do you view this all?
Oh well, it's been a process, and it's been a drawn-out process. So I'll let the AFL, and I really won't comment on it. But just feel for him.
Has Al lent on you for support?
No, not really. He's he's a warrior. He's resilient and he tries to trudge on. But there was probably some things that he was showing some wear and tear and some signs. So, but he hasn't. No, but how brave to come out and acknowledge where he was and that he needed some help and needed some time away. It takes courage, and we speak a lot around the mental health and your well-being, and having been involved at St Kilda with Danny Frawley and that, we just want to look after our people, and he's the leader of our football club, and we need him to get healthy, and if he takes 2 weeks, 4 weeks, the rest of the year, we just want him to be healthy and get back to what he loves doing too.
Does that speak to the urgency of needing to get this wrapped up, and how much it's affecting these people involved?
I think it would help.
How have you approached this week with the players, Brett? Like, it must be tough on them. They've gone through a lot of coaches in the past few years.
Yeah, they're pretty resilient group. Todd, spoke to the group the other day with Jen, and we just opened it up to talk about how they were feeling and that. So, we had our psychologists there to make sure that everybody was feeling all right and express their views, and that's really what it's about. It's the people and caring for them, and Todd created a platform where people could have a voice, and it was really good, really clear. Everyone had their opportunity to talk and how they were feeling. So, and then we have to get on with it. The brutal thing about AFL footy, it waits for nobody. At 1:45 versus the Swans, they're going to bounce the ball, and we need to be prepared, and that's the hard bit with the game. We can't take a pause or take a break, and we need to be ready as a football club to make sure that we perform to the level that we want to perform at.
How will you go about it as a coach, knowing that you're sort of just keeping the seat warm? Are you going to do anything differently, put your own stamp on it, or are you sort of just more carrying what others do?
No, not really. There might be a few little positional changes, and we might tinker with a couple of little things. But this is Elle's program, and we're on a path as a football club to continue that and make sure that we keep improving in aspects of our game. And we've had some up and down weeks, and we've had patches where we've been pretty strong, and then there are patches that we haven't been good. But we need to keep improving what we've started, and we're going to stick to that.
What's the feeling in the club with the players? I mean, you're taking on the Swans. They've got a few injury problems. Do you think you could win tomorrow?
I think we can, but we've got a few injuries as well to some of our key players, so it probably evens up the ledger a bit. But it's a great challenge for us. Whether it's the Swans or somebody else, we just want to keep performing and keep improving. And we've made little wins here and there, but we haven't put 4 quarters together, and that would be nice.
But in view of what's happened, do you think this will spur the players on?
Well, you'd hope so, wouldn't you? That's the bit. We can sit there and we want to make sure that we perform at the level we're after, and I think this could be the motivating factor to we do it for Al and make sure that we put a smile on his face.
So do you think that's real, that the players and you might feel that you're sort of doing it for Clarko tomorrow, but even in the weeks coming?
Yeah, it is, but it's making sure that we maintain what he set out to do at the football club, and that's the Monday to Friday program. It's how we go about our games and play the game, and we've been up and down, and we want to get more consistency in our performance. We've had some wins, and the exciting part about this week is I think we've got five kids in our team that have played under 10 games. That's part of our future when you look at Sheasel and Wardlaw and Jury and Spicer, and that's part of our future, and that's the exciting bit for me, to watch these kids run around, and for North Melbourne supporters to know that they're going to be players that are going to start their footy journey, and it's only been short so far, but that's going to last for years to come, and we'll get to watch their growth as individuals.
What's your message to the fans, though? They'll be shell-shocked. I mean, turning up to the game tomorrow here at Melbourne Stadium. What's your message to the fans?
The message to the fans is to, what we are doing as a team, we're not going to change the path. And we're keeping Al's message and what he wanted to do at the football club. Whether I'm sitting in this position or somebody else, we're going to make sure we maintain that. And our performance will be with a young group. And the message to the supporters is, get out and watch these kids grow. And this will be the first week of many that you'll see young players playing in the North Melbourne jumper and showcasing the future of the club.
Does George come straight into the midfield mix?
Yeah, he does. Yep.
Luke and Cam out. And
yep.
What do you say to him ahead of this game?
You don't have to say much. He's pretty casual kid. But he's very driven and very competitive. So his ability to win the ball and what he's shown at VFL level is whether he wins the ball or doesn't win the ball, his ability to chase, tackle, pressure, and then hunt the footy has been showcased at VFL level. So the good thing is we'll get to see it tomorrow at AFL level, and this will be the first of many games.
Yeah, Wardlaw and Sheasel together for the first time must be pretty exciting for fans and all of North Melbourne.
Yeah, it is. It is. Harry's come in and performed at a really high standard, and George, his first game, but. It's him, it's Eddie Ford gets another opportunity, Bergman down back, the list goes on, and that's the exciting bit for the footy club, is these young fellas doing what they do best. And the opportunity for them to gel together and get some continuity of playing together, you see some of the great teams of the past that have had players come through together, the youth play together for a long time, and I think we're seeing this for the first time, and they'll be building something together.
This is the third time you've been, I suppose, as an interim coach, so it's probably a role you're sort of experienced in the situation. But how would you sort of compare the morale of this group to the other times where you sort of taken over?
I think the initial shock. I think what we set up at the footy club, really through Todd and the first meeting, was a platform to allow your emotions to come out and speak about that. So I think we did that really well, and I think we got out in the track, had a really good session. The voice, the energy was high, and today we trained here and they were up and about again, which is really good. But there's no doubt there's thoughts of Al from the playing group, and they're thinking of him, and we all are, to make sure that he gets well. But I think the group are up and about a bit.
Brett, on a personal note, first time I've been able to hear from you since your departure at St Kilda. Are you able to talk just a little bit through the emotion since that happened, and I guess your inevitable return when you decided to link back up here in North Melbourne, that process for you?
I don't really want to talk about St Kilda. It's been and gone. They made their decision. But what I can say is, when Al asked me to come and do the role and be a part of the club at North, it was sort of to a point where I probably wanted more as a part-time role where I could actually get away from the game. I love the game, but you know, having gone through what I've gone through, I just need a bit of breathing space to sit there and have the day-to-day of AFL footy, and you know, just to do something a little bit different. And I put 3,000 Japanese maples in at a mate's farm, and I've got on order another 3,000, but I might struggle to get them in, I reckon, with this new role that I'm taking on. So, you know, that's what it was. It's not saying I was getting out of the game, but I just needed some breathing space for me personally, not to be in the day-to-day grind of AFL. This is my 18th year of coaching, and yeah, that's sort of what I did. I was happy to be a part of it, but just for how much. And you know, what's happened now is Al is not well. You know, his well-being is at the forefront of everybody, and you know, I'm just the person that's standing in here at the moment, and he'll be back and taking over the reins.
Do you want to be a full-time coach again?
Oh, I don't know if I've got that many bullets left. Yeah, I'm not sure. You never say never, but it's probably 100 to 1, 1,000 to 1, maybe 1,000,000 to 1. But I'm not even thinking about that. I'm just making sure that, you know, really, from a footy club point of view, we get things right for the players, so the program stays healthy and the environment stays healthy, and we need to get competitive performances back on the park, and that's what we'll be focusing on.
Do you feel like you're ready to be in a club, even as an assistant, full-time, right now?
We haven't had that chat, Toddy. That's down the path. We've got other things to worry about, the Swans and all that, and so that'll take place, and we'll work through all that, what it looks like, and yeah, going forward. But we're really concentrating on the Swans. But really, you know, I think we're all excited as coaches to see these kids run out there and start their journey in the North Melbourne jumper.